Hello student, myself Nimesh Prabhakar. Welcome to Process, Dynamic and Control lecture series. In my last lecture, we discussed about the unit operation in sugar industry. That means in that lecture we discussed how sugar is manufactured in an industry. Now in this lecture we will discuss about the unit operation in food industry. So here we discuss the food industry process. So now we start. So first one question come in our mind. What is food processing? So the answer is food processing is any method used to turn fresh foods into food product. This can involve one or a combination of various processes including washing, cooking, pasteurizing, freezing, fermenting, packaging, cooking and many others. So the simple definition of food processing is what? Food processing is any method used to turn fresh food into food product. Food processing also includes adding ingredient to food, for example, extend shelf life. So this is also a part of the food process. So this is the definition of food processing. Now, unit operation in food industry. So there are the number of operations used for the preserving the food or making the food. So which are that? So mainly we discuss about the few units or the process that used in the food industry. So first one we discuss about the handling and storage method. Then we discuss about the extraction. Then production processes. So which are the mainly different production process we will discuss. Then after we discuss the preservation processes and last we discuss about the packaging process. So here we mainly focus in this unit. That means we discuss about the handling and storage, then extraction process, then production processes, then after preservation processes and last we discuss about the packaging of food. Now we start with the first one. So first we start with the handling and storage. So first we discuss about the handling. Manipulation of raw material, the ingredients during processing and the finished product is varied and diverse. The current trend is to minimize the manual handling by mechanization through continuous processing and automation. So we know that in the past time there is a process that we use the manual process, but now in the current trend we use the automation. That means the industry we use the robots and automatic process, so we do not require more manpower to handle the process. Now we discuss about the storage. So as name suggests, you can understand in this topic we discuss about the storaging. So storage of raw material is most important in the seasonal industry like sugar, refining, brewing, grain processing and canning. So we know that the storage, the seasonal food is main complicated task for the industry. So it is usually done in a solid tanks, cellars, bins or cold storage. the storage of finished product varies according to their nature, that means liquid or solid, then method of preserving, then after method of packaging like lossy, in sack or super sack, in bundles, boxes or bottles. Then the respective premises must be planned to suit the condition of handling and preserving. That means traffic arise, ease of access, then temperature and humidity suit to the product, cold storage installation. So this is the main important parameter that we have to, or industry have to consider in the storage. So it is usually done in the tank, cellar, bin or cold storage. And storage of the finished product varies according to mainly these four parameters. Which are that? First one is the nature of product. That means we know that some product is in the liquid form and some in the form of the solid. Then after method of preservation, there are a number of methods used to preserve the food. Then after method of packaging. So this is the main storage method. Now we discuss about the second one, the extraction. To extract a specific food product from fruit, cereals or the liquid, any of the following method may be used. First one is crushing, pounding and grinding. Then second one is extraction by heat, direct or indirect method we can use. Then extraction by solvents, and last one is drying and filterization. So these are the methods used for the extraction. So crushing, pounding and grinding are usually preparatory operation. For example, the crushing of cocoa beans and the slicing of sugar beets. In other cases, it may be actually extraction process as in flour milling. Now, heat can be, that means we discuss about the second one method. So extraction second one method, we know that this is the heat. So heat can be used directly as a means of preparation by extraction, as in the roasting like cocoa, coffee and saccharin. In manufacturing, it is usually used directly or indirect in the form of steam, like extraction of edible oils or the extraction of sweet juice from the thin slices of wheat in the sugar industry. Oil can be extracted equally well by combining the mixing the crushed fruit with solvent that are later eliminated by the filtering and the reheating. The separation of liquid product is carried out by the centrifuging turbine in a sugar refinery or by filtering through filter press in breweries and in oil and fat production. So this is the method of extraction. Now we discuss about the production processes. Operation in processing food products are extremely varied and can be described only after individual study of each industry. But the following general procedures are used. So which are that? So first one is fermentation. Then second one is cooking. Then after third one is dehydration. Then after distillation. So these are the method of production industry. So first one we discuss about the fermentation. Fermentation obtained usually by addition of the microorganism to the previously prepared product is participate in bakeries, breweries, the wine and the spirit industry and the cheese product industry. See also the chapter beverage. Now we discuss about the first one matter, fermentation. So fermentation obtained usually by addition of a microorganism to the previously prepared product is participate in bakeries, the wine and spirit industry, and it also used in cheese production industry. So this is the first one matter. Now we discuss about the second one matter is cooking matter. Cooking occur in many manufacturing process, canning and preserving of meat, fish, vegetables and fruit, ready to serve meat processing plant like chicken, nuggets, in the bakeries, biscuit making and breweries and so on. In other cases, cooking is done in a vacuum sealed container and produce a concentration of the product, like it used in the sugar refining and tomato paste production. So this is the method of cooking. Now third one method of production process is dehydration. So beside the drying of product by the sun, as with many tropical fruits, dehydration can be carried out in hot air like fixed dryer or drying tunnels by contact on a drying drum heat by the steam, such as in the instant coffee industry and the tea industry. Then vacuum drying is also used, often combined with the filtering. Then lyophilization, that means in the freeze drying, is also used, where the product is first frozen solid and then dried by the vacuum in a heat chamber. Now next one matter is the distillation. Distillation is used in the making of spirit. So mainly distillation used in the spirit making industry. The fermented liquid treated to the separate grain or fruit is vaporized in a still. The condensed vapor is then collected as a liquid and ethyl alcohol. So this is the distillation process of production of this is the part of the production process. Now we discuss about the preservation process. It is important to prevent any deterioration of the food product as much for the quality of product as for more serious risk of contamination or threat to consumers' health. There are 6 basic methods of food preservation. First one is radiation sterilization. Then second one is antibiotic sterilization. Then third one is chemical action. Then after dehydration. Then refrigeration and then after refrigeration. So these are the method is used in the preservation of the food, like radiation sterilization, antibiotic sterilization, chemical action, dehydration and refrigeration method is used to preserve a food. Briefly, the first 3 method destroy microbial lives. The latter merely inhibit growth. Raw ingredients such as fish and meat, fruit or vegetable are taken fresh and preserved by one of the above method, that means we discussed in the last slide, or mixture of different food are processed to form a product or dish which is then preserved. Such products include soup, meat dishes and puddings. Now we discuss about the last one method, that is the packaging method. There are many methods of packaging food, including canning, expecting packaging, then frozen packaging. Now we discuss about the first one method, this is the canning method. The process of canning consists of tackling cleaned food, raw or the partly cooked but not international sterilized, and packing it into a can that is sealed with a lid. The can is then heated, usually by the steam under the pressure, to a certain temperature for a period of time to allow penetration of the heat to center of the can, destroying the microbe's life. The can is then heated, usually by the steam under pressure, to a certain temperature for a period of time to allow penetration of heat to the center of the can, destroying the microbe life. The can is then cooled in air or the chlorinated water, after which it is labeled and packed. Now second one method is expecting packaging. In the expecting method, the food container and the closure are sterilized separately and the filtering and closing are done in a sterile atmosphere. Product quality is optimal because the heat treatment of the food salt can be controlled precisely and is independent of the size or the material of the container. Now we discuss about the last one method. This is the frozen packaging. The frozen food industry utilizes all methods of deep freezing fresh food at temperature below their freezing point. Thus, forming ice crystal is watery tissues. The food may be frozen, raw or the partially cooked, like animal cresses are made up meat dishes, fish or fish products, vegetables, fruits, poultry, eggs, or ready-made meals, bread and cakes. So this is a matter of the packaging. So in this lecture, we discussed about the unit operation in the food industry. So mainly the steps that used in the food industry we discussed in this lecture. Thank you.